45 minutes. Come on, we can do
Maybe after you
this
edit
episode. It can happen.
Every time you put on the notes, quick section. It's never quick. Never.
Hello and welcome to the ParkStop podcast, episode 37. My name is Alicia Stella. With me, as always, is my co-host Ian.
Hey kids, we're gonna go fast today. Apparently, no, we're not.
Well, my notes do say that this is our podcast anniversary. We've been doing this for 3 whole years now.
And I've hung out with you maybe a handful of times.
3 whole times.
2 handfuls. Well, I did live there for a couple days, like a day and a half.
Yeah,
Did
in
we count
Mickey's
every
room.
day I was there? Mickey's room.
No.
Thank you, Mickey, for sharing.
Today on the show, we're talking about Pokemon and Universal and other Universal rumors, things that happened, actual news that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But first, we have a lightning round.
A pun and a half right off the top. A lightning round for Lightning Lane.
That was not intentional. But here's some quick Disney World news before we get to the Universal news, because we'll probably be talking about Disney eventually in a podcast because it's the 50th anniversary. And that's the first thing I got listed, 50th anniversary. Second thing, Disney Genie Plus and Lightning Lane will be starting this week.
Boo.
And I will be testing it out for a few days to see what I think of it.
I can't wait for
I think
that.
I'm going to like it. I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna pay a la carte to go on Remy's Ratatouille adventure. I'm not making a park reservation for Epcot, so the only way to do it is to pay for it because they're evil.
Just a little bit. What else we got?
The Tron bikes have shown up. Did you see the photos of the covered Tron bikes?
I did. That's pretty exciting.
So that definitely means the Tron coaster is going to open soon, right? Right?
How long have the Guardians trains been here? About a month already?
I think they were last year they showed up. We saw them in photos. So
that's what I forgot. Last year. I always confuse years and months.
Hey, if Tron opened in 2022, I would call that a rousing success. Let's just say that. Primeval Whirl is being demolished. Did you see half of Primeval Whirl is just gone? The whole half of it. It's 2 separate tracks, so like it's still a whole ride there. If they just want to open it up and let me on, that'd be cool. I'm cool with that. So are we getting Zootopia?
Just half a track? Zootopia. Wait, how are you going to do half a track, let me on, and then jump to Zootopia?
There was a clone. There was like there was a left one and a right one, and the right one has been demolished, but the whole left one is still intact. They just took down all the dinosaur cutouts. Yeah, see. It doesn't have any roller coaster cars. Yeah, Zootopia. Remember Zootopia?
Gonna make another jar for Indiana Jones replacing Dino Land.
He's an archaeologist, not a paleontologist. So I saw Kite Tails. That was cute. Harmonious was fine.
Fine. That's
I haven't
a rave
seen
review
Enchantment
right there.
yet. Enchantment exists. I have not seen it yet. We'll talk about it on the next episode, probably.
Enchantment is there. Harmonious is fine. Kite. None of these are like rave reviews. I'm just saying.
No, I am being accurate. Let's just go with that.
Did Kite Tails, any of the kites crash where they should not have crashed?
No, they landed how they're supposed to. Just when they land how they're supposed to, it looks like they're crashing, and that's kind of wonderful.
Yeah, but I've seen kind of pictures of them landing in trees and stuff where they're not supposed to go. So I was just curious.
They had perfect landings. I got it on the second channel. I videotaped my first performance. I went and saw a second performance. It's actually quite moving when Simba just takes off and he's like full-grown Simba and his like mane is fire. It's really beautiful. I don't. Maybe it's because I like The Lion King so much. I was actually moved.
Is it? Were you sure it wasn't just a breeze? That moved you.
Well, yeah, it's wind. Mm-hmm. The power of wind across the land. It's fine. It's all fine. Happy 50th. All right, let's move on. How long did that take?
Where are we going?
Donkey Kong was officially announced for Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan. Yay!
It's coming to us now, right?
I think it caught some of us by surprise that it is opening in 2024. The big surprise is that they announced an opening year for something at a Universal park this far in advance. That's the big shocker.
Must be pretty ready to go then. I'm assuming.
It's the track is going up. The whole back half of the show building is there. Like more than half the show building is built for this thing. They've already got roller coaster track up. So like, it looks like it'll be ready in a year, but it's opening in 3 years.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe they're going to try to open them all at once.
Well, it did say it was opening. It was the first Donkey Kong themed land in the world opening in 2024, which leads me to believe that Epic Universe will open in 2025 or later.
Or later in 2024.
Oh, that's true. Or later in 2020. All I know is that it has to open. Donkey Kong has to open now in Japan first. So we will not get it first here in Orlando. Well, that's true. It was gonna open like a year after Nintendo before the world ended. They shared a piece of official concept art, which matches exactly what we thought it would look like.
Yep.
Which is a good thing. And they admitted that it will feature a roller coaster, interactive experiences, themed merchandise, and food.
Sweet. And food? Of course there's food.
Yeah. They also said it would increase the size of Super Nintendo World by 70%.
Really? That's a lot of land.
It seems
That's
like
a lot of space.
Yeah. I feel like they're not counting the Mario Kart building or something. That math doesn't check out for me. It's increasing the walkable. It's increasing the walkable courtyard area space maybe by 70% because of the jungle.
I don't know if Little likes that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. That's a lot of space to add to a land. A whole lot.
And there was actually a patent filed this month that looks like it is for the interactive stuff at Donkey Kong. And I'm still reading it over, but I'll probably put out an article or a video because it looks like it involves drums and barrels, which is what is in the concept art and what we've been talking about for some kind of interactive. It's a power-up band type interactive thing.
Oh, I was going to say, can I pick up a barrel and throw it at Bobby?
No, you can pick up a hammer and hit barrels with it, which is like a throwback to the OG Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's very OG. Can I hit Bobby with the hammer? I mean, it's Super Nintendo World still. I'm already punching him for coins. Just saying.
Universal Studios Japan also announced that they are having a partnership with Pokemon.
Yay! I don't really do anything with Pokemon, but it's still pretty cool. People seem pretty excited. I'm indifferent.
It is the most profitable franchise in the entire world.
So it's kind of big, you're saying? Just a little?
I guess. It's a little big. It's got some cards and video games and stuff, and like the most money ever made on plush in the history of the universe.
I did watch Detective Pikachu, though. That was
Are they making a sequel to that? I really liked that.
I hope so. It was fun.
Very twisty.
It was silly and fun.
Very twisty. This is great because now every time we talk about Pokemon at Universal rumors, no one can reply by saying, well, actually, the Pokemon company is separate from Nintendo, so they will have to have some kind of partnership with them.
Oh,
now I can be like, they do have a partnership with them.
I feel like you've been getting well actually a lot lately, especially this week.
I've been getting so well, actually.
Magic podcast. That's what people say. So, pay attention to Alicia. Not me. I don't say anything.
I post a joke and it'd be like, people try to correct me and I'm like, okay, it's a joke. I post something serious and people try to add and like, well, actually, and I'm like, oh God, I can't win. I can't win.
Yeah,
there's not enough characters awesome. in a tweet for me to explain. Yeah, well, actually, so they announced it. This was a few weeks ago. The two companies, Universal and Pokemon, and this was just Universal Studios Japan, will, and I'm going to read the quote here, jointly explore groundbreaking entertainment that will immerse guests in the world of Pokemon with innovative technology and creativity beginning in 2022.
Well, actually, it says into, not in the world. It says into the world.
Oh,
sorry.
I'll start over then. Universal Studios Japan said on social media that there are multiple projects related to Pokemon underway, and that one is scheduled to debut in 2022. It will only be the first.
Whoa! So
yeah.
So we're getting it here.
Well, and again, all of this still only Japan. This is not a broad Universal Parks and Resorts announcement. This was only for Japan.
Will only be the first. Mm-hmm.
Right. For Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep iterating that this is still, we haven't had an announcement yet. Although by the time this comes out, if they keep through, Universal and Nintendo have announced something every week for 3 weeks now. So
That's
this coming
cool.
Wednesday, if we get a fourth announcement, maybe we can learn something about Hollywood. Maybe we can learn something about Epic Universe. Maybe we can learn something about what will happen next with Pokemon. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So in my article about the Pokemon relationship, I said that because 2022 is, soon, that maybe it was just like a show or a parade or something. So guess what they announced next?
What?
A parade!
Yay!
The first,
Who knew?
The first thing for this partnership with Pokemon at Universal Studios Japan will be a new parade featuring characters from many of the attractions at the park, including for the first time Super Mario Brothers and Pokemon, making this their first joint project since they announced a partnership a week before.
Yay! That's great.
So 72 Pikachus running down the street would be my guess.
The mental image of that is amazing. Just like a whole street worth of Pikachu's running down a street.
I had guessed they were going to do it for the summer, but they're actually going to have it ready by the spring. But then again, it's just they just need a couple costumes and maybe a float.
Of course.
Maybe we'll get a float. It sounded like a dance party with like different dance music. So it might just be a bunch of characters running down the street and dancing. And 72 Pikachus.
Such a specific number.
Okay. Do we want to get into Pokemon rumors? Pokemon speculation?
I think people want to hear about all the Pokemon stuff. Sorry. Too many things in my head at once.
Like I'm afraid of how to pronounce it. I don't know. Is it Pokemon? There's a little accent on the E, so I'm always like Pokemon. Like you just barely say it. Like
just say
Pokemon.
It
quick. I'm going to say the Pika. Pikachu. The that's that. The parade only take. Let's talk an hour about the parade. The parade.
Oh boy,
is in 2022, and Donkey Kong is in 2024. So that does leave 2023 in the middle. Again, a day after this podcast comes up, watch there be an announcement like 2023 interactive Pokemon game. Get your Pokedex and travel around Universal Studios Japan, finding all the Pokemon in the windows. Like that'd be a really good idea.
That would be a really good idea.
We've talked about that before for our parks here in Orlando, but I think they have enough time to get that ready by 2023.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would say they do. It's not that hard, considering what they're doing.
The Phineas and Ferb thing at Epcot, or Kim Possible before that, and DuckTales that never was after that. Remember that? That was the thing.
Barely anymore. I remember Phineas and Ferb though, because Perry's awesome.
Perry the platypus. Where did you come from?
That's pretty good.
A platypus? Perry the platypus.
Another impression. Oh no. Got another impression now you can torment me with. It's great.
I remember when I was little in the old country.
Little? When you were little?
When I was little.
We're never going to finish this.
Derail the whole podcast.
We're never finishing this. Oh, man.
A platypus? If I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Which weapon are we using now? Which Nator?
Stop this impressionator.
Oh, man.
It's been a long week. So
it's been a very long week. There's alcohol in my future here.
I wanted to do a rumor roundup. I have had too much caffeine. I wanted to do a rumor roundup of all the Pokemon rumors that we've had since 2016, 2017. 2017. before we had any real rumors ever, they made a pitch concept art to show to Nintendo for like what they could do before they even got the Nintendo rights. And that had Pokemon Training Academy on it, like right next to the Bullet Bill, like people mover thing. So they've had ideas for Pokemon related attractions even before they had the rights to Nintendo. And then cut to a year or two later, and they're moving the plans for Super Nintendo World out of Kid Zone to Epic Universe.
Yep.
And a year after that, 2018, Midway Mayhem is reporting that they were working on an Omnimover ride for Pokemon in Kid Zone. That like animal actors would stay and ET would stay, but the rest of it would become a Pokemon area, and there'd be a Pokemon Safari Omnimover where you have like an interactive camera, I guess, and take pictures of the Pokemon. And it's my theory that they worked on it with the assumption that they would get the Pokemon rights, but they still technically hadn't had them. And now that they're only just announcing it, I'm going to guess that was the case. So this might have been an exploration, but it never actually happened. Not very long after that, I had gotten wind of a mock inverted powered coaster concept that was being thought up for a Pokemon attraction. Again, for Kid Zone. Although there was some discrepancy, like some people are like, I don't know, it might go to Epic Universe. Well, it's probably going to go into Kid Zone though, because that's where the other plans were going. Either way, this is the same ride system that they just opened at Universal Beijing for the Jurassic World Jurassic Flyers attraction, which doesn't really have much to it. It's kind of like a kiddie ride. It's like our Pteranodon Flyers, but with even less to see. So it's another Pteranodon Flyers type. Let's fly around Camp Jurassic, but also with a mountain, and a lagoon. So it's pretty.
Well, at least there's a mountain.
But yeah, definitely. It could have used a Pteranodon or two, but because you're in an aviary. But like I really hope if they were going to do something with Pokemon, they would actually have Pokemon on their mock inverted power coaster.
That'd be a good thing.
So it was my theory that just like with the Hagrid coaster and the Intamin Velocicoaster, that maybe they got a buy one get one deal. So with the Pokemon thing, like because it's a weird design choice. Like we got to do a Pokemon attraction. What are we gonna do? An inverted powered coaster. Like maybe I guess if it was a dark ride. I guess if it was a dark. I think Pokemon skews younger in my mind. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
But that doesn't mean they can't tame it down a little bit for the kids.
I mean, the Jurassic Flyers is definitely a kiddie ride. There's just, if you did it as a dark ride inside a building, it could be awesome. So
just make it so I can ride it, because I can't go on the Pteranodon Flyers.
There's a very good chance there's still mock inverted powered coaster track just laying somewhere in an offsite area that Universal bought buy one, get one. That's all I'm saying.
The discount bin for the rides. The bargain bin.
Like, quick, what can we theme this as?
The dollar store bargain bin stuff.
I mean, if it's buy one, get one free, you might as well. Who cares
might as
if it works best for the property or not,
It's not going to be worse than Fast and Furious, so hey.
Right. See, Fast and Furious, something that goes fast would probably work best. For
oddly,
Pokemon.
The part where you're going the part where you feel like you're going the fastest on Fast and Furious is when you're sitting still. It's ridiculous.
For Pokemon, something where you got to catch them all, I feel like works best. But I don't know enough about Pokemon to know. Like, I'm guessing that's a part of it. There's also fighting, but like humanely, I guess, because they're like pets, but not really.
Humanely fighting and trying to catch them. Just don't make it like the Spider-Man ride. I don't want to be throwing my shoulder out trying to get through a ride.
We'll get to that next. We're almost there.
Catch the Pokemon.
We're almost there. We're not there yet. Next, before the pandemic, there were rumors for a Pokemon Go event at Universal Orlando. Where they would have a main hub at City Walk, and you would check in and like get your
I remember this.
credentials, and you'd go around and you'd hunt for them and battle against people inside the parks. I'm guessing you would go and find them, but you had to like check in at City Walk. They'd have a temporary gym set up for meet and greets and a Pokemon gift shop. I'm guessing it would have cost money or something because it's an event. And it probably would have happened if it weren't for the pandemic. Like, I feel like that was close to
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, we had talked about it. So I remember talking about it because of the gym and the meet and greet stuff.
This year, Theme Park University reported that the Spider-Man ride in Japan, that's right, they have the Spider-Man ride in Japan, just like Islands of Adventure. It came as a shock to me, too, because I'd forgotten that was there. The Spider-Man ride is going to be re-themed to Pokemon. And this is, again, before they announced their partnership, and the partnership was announced for Japan only. So as he explains it, Josh at TPU said that they were going to do a whole land, and then when it got down to it, they've run out of time and they just want to do something quick and get something done fast. So the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man would get like new screen media and new theming, but it would stay pretty much the same ride, except they would add augmented reality goggles.
No, that could be okay as long as you don't have to interact with anything. Maybe.
Well, no, the idea would be you're catching Pokemon, I believe. So you'd be interacting the whole time.
Out. I'm getting old. I'm gonna throw a hip out trying to grab a Pokemon in the middle of a ride that's turning and doing all kinds of craziness. It's gonna be great.
Well, while a lot of the Mario Kart ride does have real sets, I feel like the parts that are screen based are effectively done very well with the augmented reality. Like they look really well meshed together. So I think it's possible. I don't know how interactive it could be, or maybe you have to tone down the motion profile because Spider-Man can get pretty jarring.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that ride looks pretty good. I want to go on it before I actually say it's good, but the
Mario
technology
Kart?
is pretty. Yeah, Mario Kart. The technology looks pretty cool too. Like the way the mapping is done and the real sets mixed with the AR and all that stuff. It looks pretty cool.
I just came across a brand new patent for AR technology because they've done hundreds of AR patents. It's crazy how many. Yep. And now they have another new one that's working on depth of field and making things appear to be farther away and closer. So I think they're trying to work on just got to get that occlusion, got to get those people's heads to cover up the Mario Kart characters. But they're working towards really improving it year after year. So I could see them expanding to do more. I guess it makes sense if you're going to keep doing AR things to keep it just Nintendo type video game stuff.
Yeah,
like for sure. I'm not opposed to being like, this is what we're going to do with this. Like it's interactive in a way that's immersive with the foreground and the background because it's a video game.
Yeah, and you should be in a 3D video game. Just don't make it Fast and Furious, for the love of God. Please, no.
I don't know. Is Spider-Man popular there? I haven't heard this rumor for myself. The only time I've ever seen it is on that article at Theme Park University, linked in the show notes for this podcast. It's an interesting concept, and it like definitely seems like if you wanted to save some time. Personally, I think if you do like they're announcing and just kind of do something small every year for the next 3 years and then build a land, I think that's fine.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If Japan wants to, I do a little parade with some characters, kind of ease into the Pokemon, do an interactive game or some kind of experience or scavenger hunt type thing for the next year. Then Donkey Kong opens. And then after that, you've had 3.5 years to build something, 4 years to build something, build a whole new land. Where would they put the new land? If they want it next to Nintendo, I guess they tear down Jaws, but they actually do really like Jaws there. So I'm not sure about that.
Who doesn't like Jaws? If you don't like Jaws, there's something wrong with you. It's fun.
Anyway, I say build a new land and then bring that new land to Epic Universe.
I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that.
One
of the mini land slots, is that what you're thinking? One of the expansion
like the expansion slots? in between the Nintendo and the monsters. You put in the Pokemon.
That's fine.
And whatever Japan's going to get, plus like an extra ride because we're bigger. We can do that.
And make it cooler. Make the land cooler.
And put the Pokemons in all the windows and sell me a Pokédex for $50. I have $50 set aside for a Pokédex whenever it becomes available, and I will catch them all. Yeah,
now it's going to be 70. It's gonna be 75 now, just because you said 50.
Well, yeah, it's inflation. We're not going to get the park for another 5 years. I can understand. Shifting gears to Orlando.
Oh boy!
My article about Shrek 4D closing. was actually
Yeah.
the most views any article I've ever got, like, in one day.
Yeah, because people are like, finally it's closing. Finally, we can get something else in there.
You'd think that, but most of the comments are like, people are upset. They're like, my childhood. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. My childhood was Hitchcock. What about my childhood?
Yeah, and Hanna-Barbera. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, I see a lot of comments about Jimmy Neutron, too. And it's like, excuse me, Hanna-Barbera, Fantastic World, Yogi Bear.
Oh, people. You can watch the Shrek. If just get your office chair, put the Shrek on Netflix on your computer, and just rattle your chair and squirt yourself in the face. It's fine. It'll be fine.
So I watched it again today. It's only the second time I've seen it in the last 3 years. It is.
How's it holding up?
It is much better than you think it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I remember it.
Has really clever lighting effects, like really good lighting effects. Yeah. I don't know when they updated them, but they're really good lighting effects. I'm not saying the overall attraction is worthy of being there. I'm just saying the individual aspects of the attraction are done really, really well.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not that it's a bad attraction. It's just run its course, like, by a lot. If you can watch the attraction film on Netflix and on DVD specials, then I think it's time to move on.
I really
no offense to the Shrek fans,
when Farquaad's ghost flies over the audience, even in the pre-show, like there's a lighting effect, like it's the T2 3D effect when the big hunter vehicles fly over and they have like spotlights. It's that, but it's a ghost. It's very clever.
Yeah, it's good. There's cool stuff in that attraction for sure. I'm just ready to move on. Like, I'm done with it. I'm over it. It's time to move forward, in my opinion. That's all.
And I got a really good seat this time where when the spiders crawl, you really feel the little air tubes hitting you on your butt. So I was like, ooh, I actually got the spiders this time. I didn't get that last time.
Did you get spritzed?
The water effects are pretty good. There's good water effects. There's no sense in this one, but there is a pixie that flies out of the screen and lands in a speaker on the wall, exactly like Donald Butt. So
Donald Butt.
Yeah. Which one did that first? Probably PhilharMagic. Maybe them? I don't know.
No, but wait. Isn't it all kind of a ripoff of Muppets? Because the chef is kind of in the back wall with the cannon.
Bird cannon.
The impersonator. We
need to stop this impressionator. Have you seen the movie? The it's on Disney Plus. It's so good. The chicken replacement.
It's been a while. It's been a while. That show is good.
Shrek 4D will officially close on January 10th, 2022. And the only reason we have official confirmation is that a team member leaked or showed someone who leaked a memo from that morning.
Oh, yeah.
That said that Shrek 4D was closing, so the team members would know that they were going to be moved to another attraction and they wouldn't be losing their job. And that leaked. And so a lot of reporters and media outlets asked Universal, like, is this memo real? And they're like, they didn't say the memo was real, but they did say it is true. Shrek 4D will close on January 10th. But there was no actual announcement. Just the confirmation privately to media outlets like Inside Universal and reporters. Strangely enough, I was working on a rumor roundup video and article at the time that I had pre-written 3 days earlier and I did the voiceover the day before. So all I had to do was change one sentence at the last minute and post that video. Everyone's like, wow, you got this video up fast. That's amazing. You were really on it. And I'm like, this is a coincidence.
Yes. Thank you. I did very good. Thank you.
It was a rumor roundup of the rumors. It was rumored that Shrek was going to close in the next few months. But I've said that like every year for 5 years now. It's weird that it's actually happening.
You're going to be right eventually.
Yeah. I just need to do that with every attraction. Like, this is going to close. You'll see. Eventually. One day I'll be right. But yeah, I've talked before how as much as I want it to be Secret Life of Pets or something else, I think the Minions Villain Con interactive walkthrough type attraction is still my current guess from what it's going to be. I've said that for a while.
Wah, wah.
Hey, we
I'm not
don't know.
excited.
It could be amazing. No, I think it's for little kids. Like, I think
I
it's
think it'll.
fine.
It could be fun, but it's going to be like silly fun. I don't think it's going to be like, yay, I want to go do that. I think it's going to be like, that was kind of okay and fun.
I want it to
Once
be.
through.
I would love for it to be like the Frontierland shooting arcade, which thankfully is not going away. Where like it's super duper interactive and fun, and there's a lot of hidden details. But also, I want it to be like super competitive and redoable, so you can do it over and over again and like try to beat your high score. Like I want it to be something. I mean, I love Toy Story Mania. I do. It's
Yeah.
not like the best ride, but it is the most rewritable ride. So I want something
Um,
like that.
yeah, I like I said, it's going to be a walkthrough. I think it's going to be something kind of fun to do once or twice. I just don't. I think you're right. I think it's going to be geared toward the younger people, but we'll see.
And the Minions franchise
see.
itself, because this is based on the Minions movies, not the Despicable
Yeah.
Me movies, which is across the street, Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. And then this one is like Minions. Villain Con is in the Minions movie. And Minions 2, The Rise of Gru. I don't know if it's actually called that or just Minions Rise of Gru, but I like it better. Minions 2, Electric
'Cause it
Boogaloo,
rhymes.
comes out this next year. And that's going to start in Villain Con where they meet young Gru. So like it's a tie-in to a
Yay.
movie, the end of the last movie, beginning of this next movie, I assume. You go booth to booth and you try out different like in the original concept, it was like a trackless ride system where you go from booth to booth in a giant like convention floor. The Villain Con convention takes place in Orlando in the Minions movie. And then I guess they changed it to be a walkthrough, and I'm imagining it like a Halloween Horror Nights type small corridor type walkthrough, so you can fit a lot of walkthrough space in that building. And then I'm also thinking screens, and I'm also thinking zappers and stuff, where you walk up to it, you go zap, 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 you earn some points or whatever, or use a different gadget. Like, you know, like this is a rocket launcher, and it's the rocket launcher-inator, and then you launch that rocket into the screen or whatever. And I feel like the Minions will be there the whole time because it's a Minions attraction, and they are at Villain Con. So like somehow you're interacting and they're doing stuff too, and that'll be part of it. And then there are rumors for moving walkways in this walkthrough, which
oh boy.
The moving walkway exit is approaching. Please watch your step.
Yeah, please watch your step. Oh boy.
Once again, here's a plug for Theme Park University. They confirmed that my rumor might be true, that it is the Villain Con thing, and they heard that there's moving walkways. I will admit, I heard that rumor a few months ago, moving ramps in the attraction. I just didn't believe it. I don't. It sounds really dangerous or confusing to me.
Go wrong?
Like I'm trying to like test out this like zapper, and I'm like bang 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 bang, and the minions are all on the screen and they're being cute and whatever, and then it just starts moving, and I'm like, no, I'm not done with it, and then I like crowd the other people and I knock them down. I don't know. It just sounds scary to me, but you got to do something, I guess, to keep the. You see, in the 50s, Walt Disney was going to make the Museum of the Weird.
And it was going to be a walkthrough attraction.
And a pirates attraction in the basement. And they were going to be these walkthrough attractions. Then in the 60s, they did animatronics and ride systems, and they invented the Omni Mover. All right. So, yeah, we've gone back in time, and it turns out to get a good throughput. Here's a theory, though. I'm going to put this theory. Mm-hmm. What if they build two identical Villain Cons side by side to make the capacity double?
Is it like green and orange? Like there's an adult version that's much scarier that you walk through?
No. It's Shrek 4D has two theaters with two pre-shows currently. And during the Halloween time lately, they've been using the second theater as a Halloween Horror Nights house. They like clear it out and they route the walk through haunted house through the theater and behind the screen and
Yep.
stuff. And we did that this year
Hmm.
was the Legendary Truth House. And it was really well done.
We
Like I
did.
could not tell at all where I
It
was.
was.
Sometimes in these houses I can tell like, oh, now we're behind the screen. But this time I really couldn't tell where we were. So what
No.
if they build two
Mhm.
identical villain cons and then in Halloween time they can take one down and still do a haunted house because it's a walkthrough.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to put plywood over the moving walkway so you don't trip.
or you're in the pitch black and that's your surprise. You step on the moving walkway and fall on your butt. It's great.
It's the first self-walking haunted house.
You just
You
have
just
to.
stand there. It's a Jetsons themed haunted house.
Got to sign a release form to go in so that you don't sue them for falling on your butt.
So I don't know how I feel about the moving walkway thing. It's very like I would just assume you turn the screen off or put a big like like a fake metal door comes down and then you move on to the next one and a buzzer goes off. It's like speed dating. It's like next, like you move on to the next one. It's like there's ways to move people on without having a moving walkway.
So it's a moving walkway, but what it really is a Taurus conveyor belt.
A Taurus conveyor
You just
belt.
stand there, you stand on it, and it takes you through the attraction, but you're on your feet.
The
and
Taurus
every room
conveyor.
you just get shuffled out.
The Taurus conveyor belt exit is approaching.
A
Please
nader.
watch your step. Nader. So,
Human conveyor belt will now turn on.
I've heard that this attraction, the Villain Con, is opening 2022, which is confusing to me because Shrek 4D is closing 2022.
Yeah, 22. Maybe this is a temporary thing.
Okay, define temporary. Because in theme park world,
temporary, so probably like a decade.
There we go. I think that's probably the most accurate assessment I've heard, actually.
A decade. It's temporary.
I've made the joke that these Villain Con banners come down just as easy as they go up. Because it's literally a banner in the movie. So you just put the banner up, you take it down.
Put the banner down. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, look, now it's Whoville. Now it's a Whoville experience for Christmas.
Because I think that'd be neat. I think they want to or could tear the whole thing down and build a ride someday. Like there's enough room to do the Secret Life of Pets off the leash, but it would take demolishing the entire thing. So we'd be 3 years out or 2 years out, or Transformers time. I think it was just under 2 years. So if you want to open in 2022, you can't do a full build. And like with a clone, you can do it under 2 years. If it's brand new, they have to design it. They haven't designed it yet, so we're looking at like 3 years. So I get that. Like the idea is we do something, it ties in with the new franchise, it makes this little front area of the park into like a Minions mini land. Dare I say it? Maybe you turn the Monsters Cafe into the Minions Cafe.
Excuse me. Excuse me. What was that?
The Minions Cafe is in Hollywood, and it's cute, and it's got cafe in the name.
Excuse me. You don't touch the monsters until there's a place for the monsters to go.
Did you? Well, there will be soon. So
yeah,
maybe
no touchy the cafe until the monsters have somewhere to go.
You don't eat in there anyway. Do people even know they changed the menu? It's got barbecue now.
I don't know, but it's really cool inside. So
it is really cool. There's like real movie props and old posters, and I do like the clips that play in there. It is pretty cool in there.
Maybe. Let's go try barbecue. I know the old menu wasn't good.
No, it wasn't. Universal did confirm that the Shrek and Donkey meet and greet will stay. I don't know for how long. They just said that when Shrek 4D closes, the meet and greet will stay. And honestly, that is the better of the two attractions. The donkey, donkey meet and greet. Every time I go into the park, I'll spend 10 minutes just kind of like watching him interact with guests because it is always good.
He's funny.
So good. I walked by him twice today, and it's always got me cracking up. So yeah, and I saw they had Fiona and Shrek out at different times of the day. So all three of them were there when I was leaving.
Yay, Fiona and Shrek.
Yeah, so go watch Shrek 4D. If you're listening to me and you're going to be at the park through the rest of October, all of November, and December, please go watch Shrek 4D. It's not as bad as you think. I mean, it's bad, but it's not as bad as you think it is.
It's still
It's-
Netflix, but it's better Netflix by a little bit.
I don't know. I enjoyed it more than
Is that
Harmonious.
Steven?
Let's.
Oh man, that makes me sad.
There's a lot of really good jokes in Shrek 4D. The 3D gags are really good. I'm a sucker for 3D gags. Like Terminator 2 does really good 3D gags. Spider-Man does really good 3D gags. Where like it's 3D. Muppet Vision does obviously good 3D gags. Shrek 4D does.
Muppet Vision is awesome.
There's good
Keep
like
on.
3D gags where it knows what it's
There
doing. It
is.
knows what it is.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like the ridiculous humor, like the Muppets. It's just completely ridiculous and absurd. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I dig it. It's
And
great.
whatever you do, don't get up when the show starts, or they will restart the show. And they actually warn you now because they will. I've been in the theater when it's happened before, where they just stop it and restart it 3 or 4 times until people stop acting up. And you have to like endure that frog slap you in the face with a tongue over and over again.
Oh, that's not cool, people.
I looked around the gift shop because that's going to change too. And it's weird to see like the stairs from the Rear Window thing and the Vertigo thing are still there. That like walking up the stairs from the Vertigo and then walking over to the Rear Window thing, like the whole second floor balcony is kind of still built into that gift shop.
Bring me back my Hitchcock, please.
It's a load bearing Vertigo staircase. Did you spot the murderer?
just run up there and be like, I am reliving Hitchcock. Leave me alone.
It's themed as like a honeymoon suite up there. And there's Felonious is there with a do not disturb sign. It's cute. No one looks up there. I'm the only one to ever notice. Revenge of the Mummy.
Yay!
Oh, there's still 2 more things. Revenge of the Mummy will go down for a refurbishment January 7th. This was also in that leaked memo and also confirmed by Universal. So Revenge of the Mummy at Universal Orlando is closing January 7th. It will reopen late summer 2022. I got that in quotes, late summer, because I'm worried it will be longer than that.
That makes me sad, but I'm glad they're redoing it. I mean, we've been on it recently, and not everything's been working. So I hope they give it lots of love because I really love that attraction. It's super fun.
I think this was originally rumored to happen in January, and they did take it down and they redid some of the effects, and the screen portions had new screen media, but they did not do the track work that they wanted to do because it would be closed for a very long time.
Yep.
So now they're looking to get it done 2022. I heard originally that it was like nearly a completely done retrack of the whole ride, like Hulk, but not with the supports, because the supports take longer. It doesn't need new footings. It doesn't need new supports. It just needs a new track, especially in the places where the steam and water effects like happen. Because you like your souls are mine, and then you go down, it's like 5 giant steam blasts in your face. Yeah. And then when he, I guess, is defeated by the Magi and goes, oh, there's a giant steam blast just hitting the track day in and day out. So those pieces of track, Disney head on Inside Universal Forum said he heard mainly the launch and braking areas need work. I think they've been working on the braking areas. At least I've had better luck. The brakes seem better at the false ending than they used to since they refurbed it last time.
They were super tight last time I went on there. Like it was a jerky stop. It was hard, like a hard stop.
Then they probably still need to work on it. So that maybe they can update the launch and the braking system to be more in line with modern. I think the track for the first half of the ride is probably fine. The dark ride scenes, that track doesn't get worn and it isn't being sprayed with water all day. So maybe that part's fine, but it's still going to be a really big project and closed for very many months. So get in your rides on Revenge of the Mummy before it closes.
Yeah.
I was hoping that they do something for the flats at the second half of the ride.
Yeah, like projection stuff even would be better. Like a projection mapping thing on the flats would even be better.
Like, yeah,
You know what I
projection
mean?
mapping, like show us the people melting or show us beams of light coming out of that. There's one guy screaming who has like, like beams of light coming out of his eyes, but again, it's just a flat. Do like the weird light effect that they have in the haunted house, the Shrek house this year, with like the crazy
Mm.
prism lights coming out of the eyes. Like do some real actual lighting effects instead
Ooh,
of disco strobe lighting on these flats.
you are not the first to pass this way. Like that eye. That eye is pretty cool.
Yes.
Odin's
Or
eye.
lasers. Just give me lasers. I'm never going to say no to
Lasers.
lasers.
Lasers are always good. Lasers are always fine. Those are
Does
always
that,
good. There's
does that
nothing wrong with
happen in the
lasers.
Indiana Jones adventure in Disneyland? We got some lasers just shooting across the room. I'm fine with lasers. I think they might do some work in the queue. Also, they redid the entrance and they redid the lockers because they have the lockers now inside.
Yeah.
But now they're having issues because the tribute store is like a year-round thing. They don't have an
Hmm.
extended queue during busy seasons. So
Yeah.
the extended queue has essentially just become the area in front, the courtyard area and the street. So I think there
Hmm.
might be some reconfiguration of the queue. I don't want to lose my single rider, okay? Anyone listening, don't take
No,
away my single rider. I know you
and
need the queue space.
I know that the first part of the queue makes sense with the story, but I think it'd be cooler if they stretched out more of the main section of the queue a little farther too, like a little more of the deeper theming kind of stuff.
Wouldn't it be neat if they actually, instead of you walk through the doors of the Museum of Antiquities and you're in the back side of a set, like it says hot set, stage 13,
Yeah,
13 because 13 is unlucky.
of
Wouldn't it be
course.
neat if you walk in those doors and it actually is the entryway to the
The
Museum of
museum.
Antiquities, and then
Yep.
you go to like like an area that says like under construction or something, and there's like a big like wall that looks like it's cut out, and then you go into it,
Or
and there's like a lighting effect, and now you've traveled into a dig site in Egypt. Like there's some kind of
or
almost portal
or
type thing.
or the museum is built around the dig site and you're going into the dig site.
That works
That's
too.
part of the
Like it's a
building.
brick wall that's
That's
like crumbling on one side and there's like some tape
yeah.
around it and you walk into the crumbled wall and then you're on the other side
Yep.
as the dig site.
Hmm.
Either way, it's fully fleshed out, no more film set. But then
Exactly.
it doesn't work with the Brendan Fraser story anymore. And we can't
Whatever.
get rid of the
Just keep
Brendan
the ending.
Fraser.
Just keep the
For
ending.
no
Just keep
reason.
the ending.
For no reason. Feels
Yeah.
good.
Keep that.
Ah, ghostly swoosh. Yeah, keep the ending. Like they need to use AI upscaling technology to HDify it, but keep it.
But keep it. Yeah, we need that. And he's having a little Renaissance kind of thing right now. So don't ruin my fun. Keep Brendan. Brendan's awesome. Feels good.
I did one more thing we wanted to talk about.
Uh-huh.
Fear
do?
Factor Live.
Well, actually, it's no. Sorry. Go ahead. What's happening with Fear Factor Live?
According to team members, it's
Like we haven't talked about it.
actually closed and not coming back. So
Yeah.
not that that comes as a shock or surprise to anyone, but it's another one of those things where 3 years in a row we've been like, after Halloween Horror Nights there'll be no more Fear Factor Live, and then it comes back every time. So
I did ask during our tour, by the way, and I was told that it's probably not coming back. So
well, that might have just been a guess. Like we don't know.
I mean, he did kind of go, yeah. So maybe it was a guess.
I'm still looking for permits, literally just refreshed before we started recording the podcast, looking for demolition permits of the Fear Factor stage. Fear Factor Live is the only thing at Universal I've never seen.
I have no interest in watching that show, but we all know I don't like shows. There's
That's
only
true.
one show I watch.
You don't like good shows, so why would you like a bad show?
I like good shows. I like the only good show. Thank you very much.
The horror makeup show.
Yeah, the one I dragged you to because I was like, "This is super fun," and you laughed the whole time. I saw you. So there,
Well, no, because it's the best show. I mean,
it is.
I don't
It is
disagree
the best
with
show.
you. I'm kind of
It is the
excited.
best
Indiana
show.
Jones Stunt Spectacular is coming back in a few months.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to be different about it.
The audience participation is cut out.
I heard there's going to be a little bit more updating, but we don't need the audience. That gag has kind of run its course, in my opinion. I just like watching this stuff. So
the gag is the best part of the show. How dare you? No, the best part of the show is the big explosion at the end.
yeah, of course. And a plane rotating around in circles.
So the virtual reality Harry Potter attraction is rumored to
Mhm.
replace the Fear Factor area. We've talked about it a lot. This is one of those things where I don't think it's gotten much traction, like I've talked about it, but like when Universal actually admitted that Shrek 40 is closing, suddenly everyone's clicking on the article. So I'm like, I'd like to see some announcement that Fear Factor Live is closing so people take me seriously. But it's rumored the Potter expansion is rumored to open in 2023 at Universal Studios Florida.
Yay!
That's the rumor. So we have maybe Minions next year, maybe Potter expansion the year after that.
I'm excited for something other than Fear Factor Live. That's pretty much the hurdle they have to jump over. Is something pretty
So
easy to do better than.
if you were going to build a flying
Uh-oh.
broomstick type attraction near Diagon Alley in London, what would you theme it as?
Oh, I know. You're setting me up for something that I already know the answer to as far as what you think it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think lots of things. Do you think it would be connected to Diagon Alley, or do you think it would be connected to London, or do you think it would be freestanding and just kind of London adjacent?
The first two combined somehow.
Oh man, that's complicated.
I think it'll have. What if it has like a London facade to match, but then once you're in Diagon Alley, that's where you actually can go into the store.
Okay. Like a Quidditch
let me
store?
rephrase. Like, so you can go inside the broom factory, as I think you believe it should be.
Broomstick factory. I mean, okay, look, it makes sense. You go into a broomstick factory and you're like, welcome to the Nimbus factory floor. We're going to show you where we make actual Nimbus broomsticks. And we have a prototype Nimbus 60,000 that we're working on that only you, select group, lucky group will get to test. This Nimbus 65,000 is the first one with a full seat. And handlebars.
Here's some goggles for you.
Because we're testing it, you'll need some safety equipment, especially goggles.
Or it's a broomstick they're building for muggles to try.
Okay.
So that muggles don't control that thing. And also the broomstick factory would also work for the London front because it doesn't have to say Nimbus on the muggle side. So you might be onto something.
That's what I was thinking. It's easier to not connect it to Diagon Alley. Then you don't have to move around the butterbeer thing. You don't have to build a bridge inside the queue like the Mario Kart thing where you walk up steps as soon as you get in to go over the access road. Like, you don't need all that stuff. You just build it standalone, make it London themed. Hopefully, here's the saddest thing. This is the saddest part.
Mm-hmm.
The Amity Bathrooms music would probably change for the first time in its existence to Harry Potter music. It has been playing the hits from the 70s, the mid 70s for the last 30 years.
That is lame.
And it will probably change to Harry Potter music. Not that I don't love John Williams and everything he's ever done, but I appreciated that one little last visual. I can't say the word.
Come on, you got it.
I'll just say remnant. The last remnant of Jaws. The music that played in the background of Amity Island at the bathrooms randomly. But yeah, I think a London facade. I'd like to see some kind of snack stand attached to it too, so we can get a little more something like food or gift shop or something in the London area. Actually, there's no gift shop really out there. There's just a little cart for the night bus. So maybe like an actual gift shop out there would be cool. So it's themed as a broomstick store.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the muggle side of a broomstick store?
A hardware store?
Hardware? Yeah, that works. That works.
Well, if they do it as a factory, it can be any kind of factory. It could look like a rundown part of London.
What's very British? It's a crumpet factory.
Oh boy.
I'm getting some letters from this one.
Yep. She said it, not me.
So this attraction was originally planned for Epic Universe, and we talked about it was going to be one of the two main attractions in the Harry Potter Wizarding World land in there, but they're moving it over here to Universal Studios Florida to tide us over until we get the Epic Universe. I do think they'll have a replacement in the Wizarding World land. They still have the major e-ticket. I just think that we'll, get that second ride, whatever they invent later. That's all.
That's cool. I'm excited for this. Like I said, it's a pretty low bar to beat out Fear Factor Live for me. Anything is better. More stuff for me to go on is better than less. So bring it. Bring me the VR stuff and the Epic Universe.
I think Secret Life of Pets is going to Epic Universe. I'm just going to put it out there. I've mentioned it 3 times in different articles and stuff, and I keep like speculating, but I'm putting my money on it. I want Secret Life of Pets in Orlando. It's not going where Shrek is. It's not going where Kid Zone is. So the only place left, well, I guess it could be Toon Lagoon Theater. No, it's going to Epic Universe. I'm putting my foot down.
Didn't we already discuss this with like that restaurant and stuff? Didn't we go over this Miniland thing possibility?
But what if it's not even a Miniland? What if they just stick it in the hub? I don't care. I just want Secret Life of Pets. It's adorable. I want it. Let's put it in Epic Universe. Done deal.
It is adorable. It is pretty cute. It actually looks like a fun little ride. Oh, let's be honest here. I am the one that's constantly asking for a chill ride for once. Just for once.
Exactly.
Just for once. So I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it.
It's adorable.
Yeah, it's the ride's adorable. I want to go on it. It turns into a puppy. I love dogs.
And so Epic Universe still has Wizarding World. Hopefully it'll have Secret Life of Pets. Maybe it'll have Pokemon. We don't know.
Maybe it'll have a Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Probably. When's it going to open? 2025?
2024.
2025. So check out our Patreon, patreon.com/themeparkstop. We've been posting more podcasts in between our regular ones if you want to hear more of whatever it is that this was.
I don't know what this is.
This is the Please Stop the Impersonation Inator. You can join our Patreon.
Oh, man.
Join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Everything goes to help us make more content. There are also early rumors. I'm going to start posting video scripts early again, like I used to. I just posted a script for a new video. There's behind the scenes posts, contests. We have our quarterly trivia this month on October 24th at 4 p.m. Eastern time, where we will ask real questions and you'll win real prizes.
It might be a special thing that happens on the 24th, maybe.
Not everyone wins prizes, though. Not usually Bobby or Corvin.
Yeah, no Bobby or Corvin. Even I pay for our Patreon. That's what the heck?
I don't have the right tier to allow a second person to administrate it. So yeah, you have to pay the $1 just to see the posts.
Pay my $1 so I can participate in Patreon.
You're not allowed to win the prizes or contests, though, so it's totally unfair for you.
I just pay $1 and hang out.
And the upper levels are fun too, because you can get your name in the credits, and I'll send you a pen and a pin and other things, a sticker.
I already have pens and pins. Oh, them, not me. Sorry.
Yeah, if you see us in the park, we'll have. I always have pins, but Ian's been carrying around a very heavy pocket full of very heavy pens. They are hard metal.
I've been taking 3 pens.
Oh, only 3.
I've been taking pens. Yeah, just the 3.
And you're on Twitter now.
Yeah, I'm trying to do Twitter thing as an old man. I'm an old man on Twitter.
What is your Twitter handle?
CT Freak Show, because Freak Show is my road name. So
CT as in Connecticut?
CT Connecticut. Yes, ma'am.
That's not where you live no more.
I know, but that's where it started. So CT is just going with me. It's my Instagram too. So it's just coming with me.
Connecticut Freak Show.
It.
Freak Show, all one word. CT Freak Show.
Yeah, all one word. No spaces.
On the socials.
That's me.
You can also find us on Facebook. The Facebook group is called Theme Park Stop.
And Discord. Discord's super fun too.
All right, we'll see you on the socials.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Maybe in the parks.
Oh, Perry the Platypus. What are you doing? I can't. I just can't.